what we call an honoring, a healing song, because I know today we are all asking for healing. And as jingle dress dancers, this is part of our duty, is to bring that healing to our people. And before we go into that jingle dress exhibition or that jingle dress song to bring that healing onto you all, I'd like to express a little bit about where this jingle dress comes from and what it brings and what it means for our indigenous communities and what I hope that it could bring for all communities, and that we are able to show our support and why we come here together. And I just want to give my most heartfelt condolences to those that are still in this fight, this battle for your families, for your loved ones. And so the jingle dress dance, it comes from the 1920 area, which you may know as around the Spanish flu area. And now there's different ways to tell this story. As Native people, we think from different perspectives. There's not just one way to do something. And it's important for us to look at that way, that we come together and we find a common ground amongst all people. And for us bringing that support today, we hope that we show our unity and our respect and our support for your community. And so as I share this story, as I mentioned before, there is different ways to tell this, but as I know what has been true to my heart and the meaning as to why I am a jingle dress dancer, it comes from our Anishinaabe people, the Great Lakes people of the Ojibwe. And again, it comes from that time of the 1920s with the Spanish flu era. And there was this young girl who was severely ill to the point of bedridden, where she wasn't able to play amongst the other young children. And she had an elder in her family, whether this was a grandmother or a grandfather, depending who's telling the story. And the elder had a dream where these women came to them in that dream, and they talked about the construction of this dress. They talked about the healing that this dress would bring to its people and what it would mean. And there was originally 365 jingles per dress, and every jingle was a prayer. It was a prayer for yourself, for your family, for your community. And it's the top of tobacco can lids, which tobacco is one of the medicines that we use to pray with. And so in that dream, they expressed how this dress was to be made and the healing that it would bring. And when they awakened from that dream, at a drum ceremony with the community, they brought out this dress. They had 4 women with 4 different colored dresses. And these women came out and they danced this dance style, and it makes the sound of rain. And as they began to dance, the young girl who was severely ill went from sitting to standing to then joining in the circle with the rest of those women. And from that day, it was believed that she was healed from that illness. Until this day, our jingle dress dancers are some of the first front line, some of our warriors still to this day, fighting some of the social injustices that our people are struggling and are at the front lines of. Whether it's protecting our water, protecting our land, our children, our women, the jingle dress has held a very honorable part to the identity of some of our women. So we're gonna go ahead and do a jingle dress healing dance. And we're very honored to be able to share as something that's part of our identity, a part of our culture, and about a part of who we are as women. And we hope that it gives you the strength that we need in times like this when we come together in something so meaningful, so powerful. So we want to thank you all for this moment to be here with you all.
No, that's fortunate too. We're trained with that too. Are you gonna do it?
Two side step.
Oh, yeah.
Up. 2 side step. 1 straight.
I heard you. Well, let's show us then. Alright, you guys want to do 4-4?
No. 1 straight, two sides.
One straight.
1 straight, push up, 2 sides step.
Alright. Alright.
Give it up for these girls and we'll dance for you guys. Now, if you guys want to record anything, share it on any platform, feel free to it. We just wanted to do that with a prayer song because I have respect for my elders and I do not want to be chewed out when I go back home standing up this June for Paul. So.
Just bear with me as I catch my breath, but I just want to explain to you what just happened here. So back home where I come from, we had this jingle dress healing dance, and so when we asked those who were asking for healing to sit in this kind of manner and put their hands out, because that medicine is strong, and for us to be able to do that side step for them and show them our love, it's our hopes that it brought that healing to them. So just by putting their hands out, they were able to feel that strong medicine and feel that love that, just dancers being those warriors that takes that pain from them. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what we just did here today. So we just want you all here sitting in front of us to know that our hearts are with you, and any pain that we could take from you, we will, because that is our duty as jingle dress dancers. And we hope that you could feel that love and that strength that we brought to you today, and just know that we are always with you, we are always praying for you, always thinking of you. You are our family, you are our relatives. So, ho, hoo, thank you. So this next portion we're going to go into is we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Robert Ironshield. Little Bob, SpongeBob is what we like to call him. Little Bob has been, well, it's really weird to call him Alder because sometimes I feel like we're the same age, but he really, he really carries himself in a good way. And when we need somebody to show up, he's here. We can always count on Little Bob to just be a representative of the Indigenous community. And so he's part of our healing is we want to bring out the grass dance to you. And I'm going to go ahead and have Bob talk a little bit of what the grass dance is about and where it comes from, and let him share a little bit before he dances.
Hello everybody, how's everybody doing? Can I speak to him? My name is Robert Ironshow. I come from the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Everybody know who Sitting Bull is, right? Oh, that's my family line. But right here is, this is from a warrior society. Like like nowadays, you can join any branch of service. Back in our time, long time ago, our ancestors' time, they chose you and how you carried yourself. So this was a warrior society. A lot of people don't realize that our powwows were started to honor our warriors, and it was never a ceremony. We just started hiding ceremonies in there. But what I'm standing here was a warrior society. My whole outfit tells a story. Some people, like nowadays, you can join the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, National Guards, and me, myself, Salvation Army. That's a joke. Bell Ringer 22, Post 5. They didn't even want me. We travel a lot, and we do this all the time. So this right here was a warrior society. Everything on here stands for something, like the bows on my feet. They used to have deer claws, like deer toes that they put on their feet. The part on my toes represents the Buffalo Nation, that part right there. Everything, like the things on the side right here, represent mountains. I was born here in the mountains. I was born here in Denver, Colorado. My mom and I moved in here in the 60s, so I was born and raised in the city. We're living on my reservations too. We do this all over the country. We travel, we dance. Can you believe that people my age and these dancers here, sometimes they dance for $1,000 for the weekend? Can you believe that? So we have competitions. In my mind, it kind of ruins it, but I love dancing. I love singing. It's taken me all over the world, all over the United States. To be in front of you, you know, we know about genocide, like I said. We know about this. We came here pray for you guys, because we still go through that today. But when it comes to enlistment rate, I'm proud of my people. As a Native people across the land, we got the highest enlistment rates in the world against any nationality, any people in the world. We have the highest enlistment rates. So our people have always been warriors. What people don't realize, our women used to jump up and join the battle with us and call them coup. When Custer was at his last stand, there was a woman who knocked him off his horse. You didn't know that, did you?
Yeah.
So we do these things, and we go and we share and we educate. We got shows all over the place. So with that, I was trying to keep them dancing. So. Oh, the what? The grass dance? I'm a grass dancer. No, I like to clown around. The grass dance is a warrior society. Like I said, you couldn't choose the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine. Some people never even got into societies. But our people were fine with that. They didn't try to be anything else than what they were. You notice there's no bustles on me. I don't got no feathers sticking out anywhere. This was a guy that every tribe has a story how this origin started. But it was from this guy. He couldn't do the 1, 2, 1, 2. He couldn't do that to tell his story. Because when we got together after the meetings, all the councils, they didn't have no grand entries. We never had princesses either. Have you ever heard of Native American royalty? I haven't. But we'd all come together. Then they just bring a drum up. And our men never bragged about themselves. Let other people talk about your deeds. You don't brag about yourself. So when they come together, they put their bustles on and they'll go out there and they'll tell their story of how they won their name, how they did this and all this. Well, this guy couldn't tell his story that 1, 2. He kept staggered on. So he went on a vision quest 4 days. When he came back, next time they got together, he put something like this on the bowels so they can hear you. What you do with one foot, do it with the other. Keep your feet on the ground. Let it flow like that wind. See that wind flowing. So that's sweetgrass. So he put 7 plumes on his body. There's 2 on his shoulder, 1 on the back. These 2 on the bottom are missing because I let my nephew use my outfit. And you know how kids are. So and then there's 2 up here. So there's a total of 7. If you look right here, original grass dance outfit has this on it. recognize that butterfly that came to him in the vision. These right here had a purpose too. You see two of them, you know I'm married. But if there's just one, I'm walking around at the powwow or we're dancing somewhere, there's only one, it meant I'm single. So everything had a story to it, other what this outfit, where it came from. I use mirrors of mine, because we got people who use bad medicine, so I use mirrors all over my outfit. And like I said, I'm just proud to be able to do this. It's taking me all over the place. There's more to that story, just like the Angoras, the fuzzy stuff you see on my feet is for the sure-footedness of the mountain goat. The head roach, this is from a porcupine hair. Porcupine has hair called guard hair. They use that, and this cat is on it. Not everyone wore these, but this is a shell. And like these right here, like I said, they usually use eagle plumes, but I put chicken on it because if one of these would fall off, hit the ground, it's like losing a relative. They'll have a feather pickup song. They'd have to come, veterans come pick up this feather that I dropped. So I use just chicken feathers, not that I'm scared, but you know, I just don't want to be paying anything or getting fined or something bad happening to me. Because to us, an eagle is sacred because he flies the highest. And we believe that he takes our prayers up into the Great Spirit because he goes and goes so you can't see him. So our bird is sacred to us. It takes our prayers. That's why we have really a lot of respect for our eagle feathers. And we're the only people in the nation that can honestly carry those around without getting in trouble. We don't have to have papers for that. Can you believe that? But we do understand what's going on in Palestine because our people went to that too. They put us in prisoner of war camps called reservations. They didn't stencil them or tattoo them on us, but we got enrollment numbers. I know my enrollment numbers. And it's the same thing they did to the Holocaust, to them. They took a page out of American history and applied it over there. But nobody said anything going to happen to us. So we need to learn from that history, but we're not different from any one of you. I bleed, I cry, I hurt just like y'all. I like to joke. So I'm just honored to be here and to represent my people. I can't speak for them all, but I respect what you guys are going through. I don't respect what you guys are doing. And I'll pray for you guys because there's enough war going on in World War I. We're going to have peace. And we'll realize that we're all people.
I've done this in 4 years now.
Chan.
Want to tell some jokes? Yes! Is that okay, huh?
Okay, so we had some youth from Pine Ridge who weren't able to make it. Unfortunately, they were having some car trouble. So they sent me a statement, and my cousin's here. They're going to read it for you. If you want to introduce yourselves first.
My name is Wakioli Irving. I'm Prairie Dan, Potawatomi, and Oglala Lakota.
Hi, my name is Waniatu Irving. I'm Oglala local temporary Dan Padwadney too. These are my sisters right here. I'll let her introduce herself before I continue speaking. My name is Makpia Irving, and yeah, me and her are twins. Yeah, so we are actually students at Haskell Indian Nations University in Lawrence, Kansas. We both graduated with our associates, and we're all going for our bachelors right now. So, forgive me if I'm a little bit nervous. I don't really speak in front of crowds very often, but I'm going to school to be an elementary school teacher, so I got to work on it. So, but okay. So I'll go ahead and get started with the statement. We're gonna go ahead and just take turns passing it around and reading it aloud. So it says, from the banks of Wounded Knee Creek. As Lakota people of the Osheti Shakoi, we stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people. We know too well the struggle of self-determination and the fight to retain lands that have no longer been connected to our way of life, language, ceremonies, and the blood of our people. We have known too long the struggle for communities to maintain identity and connection to our lands, as lands are forcefully taken and our people were killed while fighting to live. We see the blood of your people seeping into your sacred lands, the lands you have grown your fruit on, the lands you have watered your olive trees on for many generations. We see the continued fight for your ways of life, for your children, your future, and for your identity. Although we are not physically there with you, we see that the oppressor continues to cut you off from the lifeblood of the ocean, yet they cannot diminish a greatness that the entire world sees. The people of the Osheti Sakowin send you encouragement to continue your ongoing fight for freedom. We will continue to boycott, divest, and sanction to educate those who are unaware. While we have been subjected to recognize the following components of occupation and oppression, it is important to make these connections in the midst of colonizer, patriarchy, power dynamics that will continue to perpetuate ongoing dynamics against which our communities still struggle. Limitation of movement, limitation of food and water, oppressor theft of land, water and resources, denial of basic humanity, limitation of access to work, higher education and medical care, lack of access to representation in legal systems, court systems, and prison systems, the bombing of ambulances, hospitals, and schools. As a youth, listening and watching what's happening in Gaza, a whole generation is facing consequences for actions they didn't do. The children think about their future, but they might not have one. We must remember that centuries ago, the U.S. military's goal was to eradicate indigenous communities and lifeways by establishing the Bureau of Indian Affairs in 1842. 200 years later, the U.S. is finding that Israel's genocidal campaign to eradicate the Palestinians. We aren't ever going to be successful unless we come to understand that we have things in common. Settler, colonial dogma, and a need for human rights for all indigenous peoples around the world. We are one family with great diversity. Today we stand with you, Palestine. Our action is our prayer. From the banks of Wounded Knee Creek, the lands of the Oyape, we declare our solidarity with Palestine. And so with that, I just want to end with one last thing. Ain't no power like the power of the people, and the power of the people don't stop.
I just realized I never introduced myself. So my name is Cheyenne. I'm from Colorado. I'm Southern Cheyenne and Arapaho from Oklahoma. I'm a direct descendant from the Sand Massacre that happened here in Colorado. And I come from a long line on my grandmother's side from dog soldiers and chiefs. I want to bring the students from DU to come sing a song for us if they're ready. Yeah.
Shirishika, Nuki, Kirigidis, Hespari, Kahewi, Yoin, Pine City, Wiku, Kirigidis, Koiku, Garocho, Datsei. Hello everyone, my name is Isabel Friday. My Lakota name is Bright Shining Moon Woman. I'm wished off in the Waco Band, Kiowa, Kato, and Oga, Guala, Lakota. And I'm a current sophomore at the University of Denver, and I'm super happy to be here with you all.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here. It just warms my heart seeing so many people stand in solidarity because we know what's going on, even across seas, and we're all still here showing support. My name is Devin Hernandez. I'm a first year at DU. I'm a Oglala Lakota from the Pine Ridge Reservation. And again, thank you.
And today we're going to be singing Lakota along, and this song kind of just is asking the Creator for pity and for help during hard times. Sometimes this song is sung during mourning. It's really asking for your ancestors to come help you during hard times. So I believe this is very fitting for the time that we're in today. So let's start. Dr. CPs.
One thing I didn't mention, I am an alumni of the University of Colorado at Denver.
I graduated a long time ago. For the students here, probably way before you were born. And I do want to also mention that my mom, Sylvia Chinghua, she's sitting right over there. Mom, can you wave? She's also a first generation college student who graduated from Metro State. All right. We would like the students who are camped here, we would like you to come up and, very similar to our Palestinian relatives, we'd like you to form a line right over here by the teepee. So all the students who are camped here, one of the biggest reasons why we are here is to encourage your efforts. I am a longtime educator. I am the former head of school and founder of American Indian Academy of Denver. And I still have a lot of high school students and middle school students that I work with. And one thing that I always say about these generations that are coming up behind us is you guys are fierce. You are fierce. You don't ask permission and you don't apologize. And one of the reasons why I think that is because unfortunately you've gotten a really shitty end of the stick, right? The older generations have not left you with the greatest situation. And so I want all of you young people to know that I take a lot of, I consider you all medicine for me. I take a lot of strength from your fierceness and your resolve and your dedication. And I often say, and my daughter's standing right next to me, whisper, I often say that these generations, you guys have got to be tapping into things that are beyond you, that your ancestors are speaking to you and they're whispering in your ear, because like my daughter and my son, there are things that they just know that nobody taught them, right? They know what's right and what's wrong, and they know what they're not willing to put up with. And I just want to really encourage you. We are gonna smudge you all off, and we're gonna sing an encouragement song for you. And we want you to. I know somebody mentioned you guys are on the right side of history. Don't ever let anyone tell you differently. And there are so many of us that stand with you. We pray for you every single day, and we truly appreciate all of your efforts. And so when I know that it's hard to be out here, I know, believe me, we've been, some days it's like, oh my gosh, we get sick and tired of fighting. It's just a constant battle. But please know that you are supported and you are loved, and we appreciate everything that you are doing. We have one last speaker, and then a couple of songs. We're really trying to. We put a knife in the ground for a lot of Native Americans. We put a knife in the ground that always makes the brain go away, but it's not holding very strong right now. So we're gonna try to wrap things up, but we are gonna end with something that was one of our two things as Indigenous people. I always used to tell my kids to understand who we are as Indigenous people. All you need to know is that we feed people. That's what we do. And so we do have some food to share. That'll be the last part. But the other thing to really know about us is that we do everything in community. And so we're going to end, after Danielle speaks, we're going to end with the AIM song, the American Indian Movement song, and also a round dance that everybody can participate in. We'll explain that here in a little bit. But right now I'd like to introduce one of our most renowned artists here in Denver. She is from Standing Rock. She's also a commissioner on the Denver American Indian Commission, Danielle Seawalker, and I would like to introduce you to her.
Api Danielle Seawalker, Amachiapi, Mahi Kava Lakota, Na Ochakishako, and Mahastan, Denver, Colorado, Wati. Thank you so much. I didn't expect to speak. I was asked if I would talk about an experience that I just had recently that's unfolded the past few days. I don't know if anybody's heard about it. It's been in the media a lot the past few days. I'm an artist. I do a lot of different types of artwork. One thing I'm really proud to do is represent Native American culture, people, communities, my community, on murals and street art. It's a very public, open opportunity to communicate and share ideas. And the town of Vail had asked me back in January, invited me to be their artist in residence. And we had been planning for months. There was going to be a very robust residency program. that included a mural right in Vale Village. I was going to engage with their community and put on workshops. I was going to do an exhibition and a talk at the Vale Symposium. A couple months ago, I painted this piece that my brother here is holding up, and it's called G is for Genocide. And this piece is, well, it's a print, it's not the original. The original sold instantly to somebody who felt very compelled and connected to the piece. I did put this piece out and ran a limited edition to support civilians in Gaza. And so I donated proceeds from this particular print to the United Nations Crisis Relief Fund. And I did post about that on my social media. In the town of Vale, somebody in their community saw that and brought it to their town leadership, and they immediately canceled my residency. I didn't get an opportunity to engage with them. That was the most disappointing part, was that they called me, immediately told me, hey, we're giving you a call because a community member from our Jewish congregation saw your political messages on your social media, and we do not want to align ourselves with an artist like you, who's too political, and especially somebody who's publicly aligning himself with Hamas. I was extremely shocked, and I didn't even know how to really respond in that moment. That was a very fueled statement and a lot of things in that one sentence, and I was trying to get words out, and they did not want to hear about it. And they immediately shut down the conversation, and that was the end of our about 2 to 3 minute phone call. And so I was like, they don't know who they're talking to or messing with. Natives have a strong voice. And so I immediately called all my contacts, leadership, community organizations, the media, and if you just Google Vale Artist Residency, you'll see it's just tons of media and really exposing them for their discrimination, their lack of upholding diversity, people of color, Native Americans. They're censoring artists, and just really not fulfilling their obligation of their mission of creating their public art program, which outlines on their website that they are embracing diversity and upholding that within their community. It's absolutely false because of what they did. I spoke about it not because it personally was something that affected me, but I felt like it was something that affects all people of color. It's affecting having a freedom to voice opinion. It's silencing artists, it's silencing a person of color, which trickles down to all of us. And especially wanting to speak out that I am not aligning myself with a terrorist group just because we're standing up for our Indigenous Palestinian relatives that are going through some trauma. That is not us aligning ourselves with terrorism. And so I'm going to talk about it openly and publicly. So I really am saying what I have to say. I really appreciate the community supporting, rallying, and thank you, and Free Palestine. Free Palestine!
If you guys want to sit down, you can. You don't have to stand All right. This is Wambly Williams, a longtime Denver resident, although I don't think he lives in Denver.
I do now.
Oh, you do? Oh, you guys moved back. He's going to explain the song that he's going to sing, and then we're going to also have a round dance. We'll explain what that is too.
Hello, my relatives. Thank you all for being out here in this day of recognition. I am very honored to be asked by our community members. Very privileged and honored to be able to come up here and speak, and I ask that my elders forgive me for coming and standing up here. One who acknowledge my Palestinian family, the Wadans and Judas out there for the last 10 years have been a big part of my life. And they good people, and happy to stand in solidarity with them. That being said, you know, we are Lakota and Cheyenne on my dad's side, and Santee and Ojibwe on my mom's side. And my father is Rick Williams, my mother Sally Williams. I grew up here in the Denver community, and you know, can trace our relatives all the way back, you know, all the way to Confluence Park and down Cherry Creek and up Bear Creek and all up and down the Front Range. You know, this was indigenous land. And my auntie worked here at the university here for a number of different years, and facilitating the empowerment of knowledge and education. And so I commend all of you for continuing to pursue that power and that knowledge and that education. What you're doing here is so critical and so important. And being a leader is tough, and going first is tough, and standing out there in the cold and in the rain is tough. But that resilience is power. And just again, you know, your existence is our resistance. So with that being said, you know, I grew up here in Colorado, but I grew up a member of the American Indian movement. My grandmother, she taught me the AIM song. It was the first song I ever learned. She said, "Sing this at my funeral." And you know, the day she died, U.S. Marshals showed up at her funeral, still looking to try to find out what happened, still trying to infiltrate.
Shame.
You know, our family here has been, you know, part of the American Indian movement for a long time, and actually our grandfather Joe Locust and Vivian Locust were some of the founding members of the Colorado AIM movement here in Colorado. And I remember coming here as a young man, and actually in this building right here, when we had the very first Fuck Columbus dance. My grandparents started the Columbus Day, Abolish Columbus Day movement here, and it's good to see it continue to carry on. And even back then, we knew our Palestinian relatives were with us and stood in solidarity with us. You know, my family has always, you know, stood out in front, and we've always wanted to stand, you know, stand up when things weren't right. You know, you know, one of my relatives, one of my sisters, Red Fawn, you know, was the only person federally charged during the DAPL protest, and her experience has, you know, changed a lot of our lives, and you know, has continued to fuel this resistance and what we do. And those young ladies who came up from Haskell, you know, those are my nieces, and you know, they're, you know, Red Fawn's nieces, but they came up here to represent their grandmother, Troy Lynn Yellowwood, who was a longtime member of the Denver community and who often brought us here to these very grounds to do similar activities in terms of standing up for the rights of indigenous people, standing up rights for the natural world, for Mother Earth. So that being said, I want to share our American Indian movement song, the AIM song. This is a song of resistance. It's a song of empowerment. And we're going to sing this song for you guys today to uplift you. We're going to sing this song for you guys today to bring that spirit up, to continue to send that protection, to bring those good spirits around, to invoke that power that we all feel and we know as survivors and now thrivers. You know, we're going to soon move beyond that mind state of just simply getting by day to day in that survivor mind state. And it's folks like these who are going to lead us into that new dawn. That's what's coming. That's what our relatives, it's what our spirits have talked about in terms of what's happening in the future. And so, Terry is right. You are on the right side of history. And so with that, it is an honor to be able to share this song here. If I can get this to work. All right.
Okay, thank you so much, Mommy. We're gonna end our programming. I hate to call it that, but we're gonna end with a round dance. This is a social dance that everyone can participate in, and we're gonna make one big circle. Everybody's gonna stand shoulder to shoulder, and you're going to kind of make this motion or step sideways. Right? Wongbi has agreed to sing a round dance song, so We may have to go behind some of the tents. I'm not sure. We'll see how. Right here? Okay. Maybe right. Let's just start the circle right here and then all the way around. I will go on the other side of the teepee. Go ahead and go on the other side of the teepee. And form one big circle. It'll be an egg-shaped circle. Egg-shaped circle.
We shall say.
You can hold hands, but you do not have to. We're going to be going to the left, and just make sure that you have a clear path. So make sure that you have a clear path so you're not running into anything.
We'll do one inner circle, smaller one here, and then one that looks like, you guys keep going farther and farther back. Come this way. Come along. You guys will be way over by, I think, the Pepsi Center. He's dancing over at Illich's.
It's a very easy step, you know, you're just stopping your left foot all the time. So if you give me a beat, I'll kind of show you what to do. It's easy to do. So, yeah.
Let's cut through here and not be so, like, right.
These chairs?
Come on, we're trying to make a connection over here. If you guys can get, you guys come over here, over there, that way, this way. Come on, over here. Bring that circle in a little bit. Yeah, 2 circles. Yeah. This is the short bus crew. That's the long bus crew. Alright, this is the inner circle. I didn't mean that kind of inner circle. Once you're in the circle, you're in the circle, guys. Alright.
Thank you for all joining us, and thank our singer here. This isn't easy to do.
Thank you guys. Now the world can go round again. You guys have participated in making the world go round. So thank you. That's the revolutionary life, I hope.
Thank you.
All right, so it looks like that